So this is a video about the self-obligatory productivity relay that I'm constantly in that might be useful for other people. And basically it's just a matter of like always taking the first step toward doing something and then having it so that that first step is obviously evident and reminds you to keep going with it. So right now I'm just doing like getting the laundry started, and I tend to forget to switch the. Well, that's empty. Maybe we've been hanging out with this thing. I tend to switch. I tend to forget to switch the laundry over, so it'll just sit there as wet laundry in the washer, and it doesn't get into the dryer. So, what I've been finally figuring out to do is that I take the laundry basket, and I've got a load of laundry here. I won't fold this load if it stays in the basket. I will fold it if it's on the bed, because I have to fold it before I can sleep. The basket itself stays in the hallway, so I have to actually see it, maybe even step over it. That's going to remind me later to put the laundry back from the wash into the dry. Other examples of this sort of physical programming, self-obligatory relay of productivity. I've already opened this shelf that I have to assemble. It's on my floor. It's going to piss me off sufficiently that I'm going to finish it. Same thing here. I've got this stain and little Jimmy bar that's going to allow me to open that up and stain this, or rather seal it. My screens for the entire house are in the hallway there. So it's just like I've taken the first step on like dozens of projects, and as I walk around throughout my day, I have to step over, around, like through all these different things that I need to later do. And this way I don't actually have to remember or have a list ever. Like I actually have no lists about any of these things kind of piling up and getting on my nerves. Instead, I've got like half-started projects all over the place that when I see them, sometimes I just impulsively like grab my tool and start working on it. The keys for this to work are, like this one, for example, all the pieces that I need to actually install that shelf or that drawer, like right in there, they're all right there except for my electric drill, screwdriver. So when I have that, when I'm done with what I'm doing on the next job, I will not put it back with all the other tools. I will put that screwdriver driver drill combo set. I'm going to put all that right there, and it's going to sit on the floor as well. So the tools for the project, the materials for the project, these things are always clustering and piling together. And then like eventually it kind of crosses over into a point where it becomes appealing, because like if I have all of the tools and all of the materials just sitting in one spot, it becomes actually attractive to just sit down and start working on it. For me, the resistance actually comes in when the tools are somewhere else and the materials are somewhere else and the plan is somewhere else, and I don't like the startup resistance is actually greater than my willingness to do it at that point in time. Even here's another one. So I've got like these sunflowers. Like this is not a great place for dried out sunflowers, which I'm going to be planting this weekend. So I put them intentionally in a not good place, because now I'm going to see, I have to remember to finish pulling the seeds and planting from that dried out sunflower. I also want to remember to transplant a bunch of trees outside. Every time I look outside, I'm going to see my transplant shovel just leaning against that post, like right there in my view. So it's going to remind me, maybe I'll just step outside and start transplanting trees. I do have a couple items on my list for the day. So like there are two things that I actually have to get done today. I've got a proposal I got to do. It's got a checkbox beside it. I've got, an invoice, and I've got a proposal. And then I actually even have the productivity video on there that I'm like gonna get done. So like super small checklist for the day only, and then all the other things that need to get done at some point. I'm starting every single one of those things first step, and I'm nudging them all along, and they're all kind of getting done and not getting done simultaneously. Tools are piling up, materials are piling up. Eventually, through seeing this stuff started and like getting closer and closer to getting done, it all like kind of gets finished at some point. So hopefully that's helpful.